welcome back to my class. In the previous chapter, we have studied the poem, the kite, and today we are going to take the new chapter, Tharu's Reward. So, children, God cannot be everywhere. All of us know, isn't it? So, God has given us parents in the form of God. So, it is our duty to respect and honor our parents. So, here is the story of Tharu's Reward, who was a thoughtful and hard-working son to a parent. So, let us read the story and understand it. A young woodcutter named Tharu lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. All day long, he chopped wood in the forest. Though he worked very hard, he earned very little money. So here, a young woodcutter, he was there, named was Tharu. He lived with his father and mother in a lonely hillside, close to the hillside. And always he used to cut the wood in the forest. And he used to work very hard. But he earned very little money. This made him sad, for he was a thoughtful son and wanted to give his old parents everything they needed. So the earning very little money made him very sad because he was loving so much his parents. So he wanted to give everything whatever they asked and whatever they needed. It was not possible for him because he was earning very little money. One evening, when Tharu and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of the hut and everyone felt very cold. Suddenly, Tharu's father said, "I wish I had a cup of faki. It would warm me and do my old heart good." So here, what happened? One day, they all were sitting in their hut. They had a small hut. In that, they were sitting in the corner of the hut. And suddenly, the strong wind blew very hard and it passed through the cracks of that narrow gaps were there to that hut. It passed through that narrow gaps and all were feeling cold. Even Tharu's father was feeling very cold. So he said that he wanted to have a cup of fake which would keep him warm and do well his heart. Means, so that his heart would become warm. So here, fake, it is a popular Japanese drink. So it is pronounced as fa in the father and k is rhymes with the way. So it is called as fake and it is not sake. Next morning, Tharu jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. So what happened? So when he heard his father saying that he wanted a cup of fake, so what he did? He got up earlier from his bed and then he made his way to the forest because he wanted to earn more money and satisfy the need of his father. So he went to forest and cut the wood and he was cutting that wood till the sun raised up. He was never bothered about that and he was sweating, but still he never cared for it. He removed his jacket and he was cutting his wood and his mouth was dry and his face was wet with a sweat. And my poor old father, he thought, if only he was as warm as me. So much sweat he was getting, but still he was not bothered about himself. He was worried about his father because he wanted to keep his father as warm as he. And with that he began to chop even faster, thinking of extra money he must earn to buy a fakir to warm the old man's wound. So, he was always thinking about his father's wish and he wanted to fulfill that wish. So, he was working very hard thinking about earning extra money so that he can buy fakir to his father. Then suddenly Tharu stopped chopping. What was that sound he heard? Could it possibly be rushing water? So suddenly he will stop cutting wood because he heard sound coming from that side. So he thought that something water was rushing towards it. Tharu could not remember ever seeing or hearing rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hand and he ran in the direction of sound. So what he did? He did not remember either when he could not remember ever seen or ever hearing. He had never seen nor heard of rushing water anywhere in that forest. Before he had not seen, but he was feeling thirsty, so he kept his axe there only and he ran in the direction where he heard the sound of rushing water. Tharu saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. He saw a waterfall behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Was it water or was it fakir? He tasted it again and again, and always it was the delicious fakir instead of cold water. So what he did? He bent down his knees and he made a cup with the help of his hand and he drank little bit of water. So when he tasted water, it was not tasting like water. Instead of that, something delicious that was just tasting like a fakir. So what he did? He thought that it might be a fakir only. Tharu quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the fakir. So what he did? He filled his pitcher. Pitcher means he had a big pot. In that pot he filled and he ran to his home. After only one swallow of liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the food. So what he did? He went home and he gave to his father, and after drinking that, old father, he stopped shivering. He had a very cold, so he was shivering before. So now when he took that fakir, he stopped shivering and started dancing in the middle of the floor. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit, and Tharu's father politely offered her a cup of fakir. And the lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Tharu told her the story of magic waterfall, thanking them for the delicious drink. She left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. So, that next day afternoon, the same day afternoon, what happened? A neighbor came to his house and Tharu's father politely served that fakir to her and the lady drank it greedily, and then after that Tharu told the story of this fakir, and then soon after hearing the story, she left Tharu's house and went to her home, and she had spread the story of this fakir throughout the whole village within nightfall. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of waterfall and took a sip of fakir. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. So that evening, what happened? Whole villagers came to Tharu's house and made a big queue. They formed a big queue in front of his house, and all of them heard the story of this fakir and also had taken a sip of fakir. And by an hour, the whole pitcher was empty. Next morning, Tharu started for work even earlier than morning before. he carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found it to his great surprise all his neighbors there. So next morning, what he thought in his mind, so he should be the first to be in that waterfall. So he thinking that he made his way to the forest, and he carried a big pitcher, that big pot, and went to forest. But to his surprise, before him there was a long queue of village people. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sparky. So all they have taken, either they have carried bucket, jars, or big pots, or whatever they had, they have carried there. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. So one of the villager, he knelt, bent his knees, and he held his hand in front of waterfall. He drank again and then shouted angrily, "Water, nothing but water." Others also tried, but there was no faki, only cold water. So when he held the hand in front of waterfall, that was not faki, it was water. So they started shouting angrily. It was not faki, it was cold water. Others also tried, but for them also it was only the cold water. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Tharu? Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Tharu had been wise enough to slip behind rock. When he saw how things were going on, he was nowhere to be found. So what did he now? All were shouting at Tharu, "Where is he? He has been tricked. He has made a fool for us. So where is he?" They were searching for Tharu, but when Tharu came to know that they were shouting at him, he slowly had escaped from that place, and he had hid himself behind a rock. So then he was nowhere to be found, and they could not find him anywhere there. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. So all were started complaining about him. All were complaining, and they were disappointed. Disappointed in the sense they were not having any hope. They all are despair. So they left that place and went to their village. Tharu came out from his feeding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the faki green? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. So he was surprised, because all were shouting that it was not a faki, it was water. So even he wanted to know whether it was water or faki. So once again he bent on his knees and held his hands in front of waterfall and tasted it. But to him it was faki, but others, because he was a thoughtful son and hard-working son. So for him it was this magic waterfall gave him faki, but for others it gave only cold water. The story of Tharu and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. So this story reached the Emperor, King of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. So the king rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold because he was a kind and good son to his parents. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Tharu. So one fountain was named after Tharu, and this said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. So here, why the king rewarded Tharu means that the king wanted other children should also learn how to respect and honor their parents, and he wanted to show the way how Tharu had loved his parents and how he has become a thoughtful son to his parents and how he has satisfied the needs of his parents. So this was the way how Tharu had showed to other children. That's why the king wanted to show the way or method by which Taro had become a thoughtful son and kind and loving son to his parents. So this is the story about Taro. So I hope children you have understood it. Once again you read it at home and try to understand the story better. Okay. So by this I end my class. Thank you.